In tonight's Fact or Fiction, we are looking into some confusion people are having about the coronavirus. A story going around today claims that many people think the illness sweeping the globe is connected to Corona the beer. It's true.
The National Coronavirus Command Council has decided to enforce a nationwide lockdown for 21 days.
President Cyril Ramaphosa has rejected a request by the Gauteng Liquor Forum to lift the ban on the sale of alcohol.
And that created the perfect storm here, with a police state and prohibition, and let's be honest, in our country we like a dope or two.
Hoekom wys hy nou rooi? Die kamera sê wys.
Ja, kyk op die metertjie hardloop.
Jesus, hier kom kak.
Bullet my nie dood gaan maar ek dink ek gaan prop gaan my dood. Wat did you say?
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Morg's Brew. You're hearing my rainwater harvesting system that I set up in a video last week. But this week's going to be a bit different. We're going to use some of this rainwater and we're going to make a fermented pineapple juice. Let's not call it a beer.
So today we're going to make some pineapple beer. You know, it's lockdown. Liquor shops are closed. Struggle is real.
Hey everyone, what's up, what's popping? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video we will be making pineapple beer. So as you know, it's like lockdown and so many people are craving alcohol and OMG. So today I'm going to teach you guys how to make pineapple beer.
In this day and age, anyone with a cell phone and an internet connection can be a YouTuber. And by that, I mean anyone. Even a dog like me.
If you want it with alcohol, you use yeast. If you don't want the alcohol, you don't use yeast. Now we have to leave this for a week so that it can fermentate.
There are clearly way better options than pineapple beer. There's a reason why it's not made commercially. I used to do quite a bit of home brewing about 15 years ago, before this whole craft beer thing was a craze. And then it was more of an economic thing. It was nice and cheap, bang for buck. In recently moving house, I found one of my expired beer cans, kits that was best before 2013, but thought let's give it a bash. Bigger problem was all my brewing hardware had now been repurposed for grey water projects during the drought crisis. Back to the internet, and I had a loophole to try. There are way more qualified people online to explain this than me, but essentially in the brewing process, you create a lot of carbon dioxide, and you need to let this gas all get out. Contamination is another huge problem, in that every single thing that comes into contact with the brew, from the bottles, the pipes, the taps, the containers, all needs to be really well sanitized, and you have an airlock fitting that lets the gas out but stops the germs from getting back in. What I was trying was open fermentation, which is essentially a bathtub or a tub of sorts with just the cloth over the lid to keep that barrier there. And I thought, nothing to lose, because the only thing I could lose was time. And that's something that you have in bucket loads during lockdown.
Bush.
Alright, well that's all talk and said and done, but here we are with the real thing. I'm going to open the finished product. You'll see there's just a little bit of sediment there. It's just come out the fridge, and let's see how gassy this baby is. That's not too bad. See the bubbles coming up, bit of a whiff. Smells like beer. So whilst I pour this, see, we need a name for the beer. It was very tempting to call it Lockdown Lager. That would have been the easy and simple one, but I've gone with something else, and that's to do with the kit it came from. You would have seen the Cooper's tin Canadian blonde. This one's going to be called Battys Bush, and if you want to know the reason for that, you have to check out your mountain biking literature there. But this is Battys Bush. It smells a little bit, almost a bit of honey. It's a bit of a garagey type, musty smell. And what's hit me, and I think this is just the history behind how this batch has gone. It's got an almost earthy aftertaste to it, and basically the beer itself has obviously had contact, and with lots of sort of things and time and patience. And I don't know if that's come from the mold, or if that's just come from the time, or the old products used. But it's drinkable, but it's refreshing. It's not boring. I have no clue what percentage it is, but it seems pretty light, maybe 3-4%. And given the conditions, lockdown, prohibition, bottles was closed for our 6th week now, and using an old batch, open fermentation, I will give this a 6 out of 10. And it's not something I pay money for under normal circumstances, but given what we have now, pretty stoked that I got 20 liters of this. Cheers.